Good morning. Welcome to the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. Bubbles, stop rubbing it against the microphone. Bubbles. And we're here on the show. Bubbles is in town. Bubbles hasn't been in town in a while. Come here, Bubbles. You want to say hi to everyone? Come here. Yeah, come here. Oh, there she is. There's Bubbles. She's here. It's very steamy here in Philadelphia. It's crazy hot, crazy like walking in soup. And Bubbles is causing trouble. Anyway, hey, it's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to do a small little segment. Today is 3R Thursday, where we talk about requirements or reviews or retrospectives. And today we're going to talk about retrospectives a little bit and how you don't always get what you want, and that's okay. And hopefully Bubbles won't get in real trouble right now. Keep this close to yourself. Anyway, so I want to talk about today, you can plan all the retrospectives you want. You can get your agenda, but is it your agenda or the team's agenda that really is important during a retrospective? So we're going to talk about that. So you may think you failed or didn't have a very good retro or something, or you didn't achieve all the goals you want, but did you get what the team needed? So we're going to talk about that a little bit today. And this is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, where we talk about Scrum and Agile in a very practical and tactical way so that you can get value to your customer, not work crazy hours and have a little fun along the way. And I wanted to share this with you because I'll be honest with you, I don't always get success what I want in my agenda. And now listen to the keywords, my agenda, to achieve with the team. And every once in a while, there's people in the team that also don't get what they want in the retrospectives. Now, you could think of that as a failure or a success, depending where you're. But when you're coaching teams, it's really important to understand the difference between what your agenda is. Like I coach where you have a discussion, right? You just have a broad discussion, and then you come into what you really want to talk to as a team, and then you diverge again and what your solutions, and then you converge again and coming with something that will go in your backlog to get worked on during the next sprint. Well, sometimes with new teams and things like that, you don't always get that. Sometimes they just need to talk things out and let things go. And as a coach, yes, there is a goal in mind to have a PBI item at the end of a retro. And yes, everyone says, well, if you don't have PBID item, then it's not success. Even I will say I would prefer to have a PBI. That'd be my top thing to come out of a retro. However, there are times when the retro is just really the team needs to talk, right? They just need to talk things out, go through an area. Maybe they dive deep in some areas, and you just need to have a conversation that they don't necessarily have during the week because they're nose down to the grindstone, building, testing stuff that they did. So sometimes you have to be, as a coach, you have to be aware of where the team is at and what they need and where they're heading. And you have to hold back what your agenda is as a coach, because that's one thing one of my coaches would say, like, yeah, be careful of inserting your agenda and what your goals are into the team. And as a team coach, you have to be observant enough to understand where the team is going and ask maybe some questions, some powerful questions. Now, why are you talking about? Maybe dive deep in some areas. Just sometimes just a sense of accomplishment as a coach or Scrum Master. Sometimes it's just that the team has a good, solid conversation. It may not be like the list of things you came up with and you had this fancy, retro board you had developed, and it kind of faults out of that. Sometimes you have to go with the flow. Now that will upset some people because they feel like nothing got accomplished, but that's what it is. But I wanted to share that with you because I wanted you to understand that it's sometimes a mess. Sometimes these retros are a mess and isn't quite what you want. Sometimes they're perfect and they come up with stuff and boom, 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 you go. But sometimes the teams just need a chance to have a conversation with each other. And as a coach, you have to nurture that and allow that to happen. As long as it doesn't go down some rabbit hole for some individual on the team and goes somewhere doesn't help the team as a whole, you got to bring them back as a coach or a scrum master. But I wanted to share that with you because I always worry about people. If it ain't perfect, then I don't have a PBI item. Greg's going to be mad at me. No, I'm not going to be mad. It happens. It always happens. And some days you have very successful retros and some days you don't. And some days the success is a different measure than a PBI item. Sometimes success is just good conversation that they need, right? So I wanted to share that with you today on the retro thing. We'll do some more retros. I'll give you some examples of retros. I think there's a lot of retros I've done in the past, but we'll talk about that more in the future. With that, I want to say have a great day. And Bubbles is clawing my leg. Bubbles, what are you doing? Do you want to say goodbye? I don't even want to touch her. Anyway, you all have a great day. Happy scrumming, and see you tomorrow on Fun Friday.